You have been lied to. Not by a villain with a curling mustache, not by some shadowy figure hiding behind a curtain. You have been lied to by a pretty little idea dressed up in vision boards and scented candles and whispered affirmations at midnight. And darling, I say this with every ounce of love in my soul, you believed it. We all did. So here you are. You have been writing your desires in your journal every single morning. You have been saying your affirmations in the mirror with such conviction that your neighbors probably think you have gone slightly mad. You have been visualizing your dream life so vividly, you can practically smell the leather seats of the car you do not yet own. You have watched every video, read every book, made a vision board so magnificent it belongs in an art gallery. And yet, nothing has moved. The money is not here. The relationship is not here. The opportunity has not knocked. And you are standing at the door of life, wondering if maybe, just maybe, you have been pronouncing the universe's name wrong this whole time. I want you to take a breath right now, a real one, not the shallow kind you have been taking while you scroll through other people's manifestation success stories, feeling quietly desperate. A deep, full breath, because what I am about to share with you today is not another technique. It is not another method to layer on top of everything else you are already doing. It is the truth about why your manifestation is not working. And I promise you, once you hear it, everything is going to click in a way that is almost embarrassing in its simplicity. Now, before we go any further, I need to acknowledge something. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not being punished by the universe for something you did in a past life, though I admit that does make for a deliciously dramatic story. You are someone who genuinely wants more from this life, who has taken the idea of creating your own reality seriously, who has put in real effort and real hope, and who is sitting here right now with a very reasonable amount of frustration. That is valid. That frustration is real. And it actually tells me something wonderful about you. It tells me you have not given up. You are still here. You are still seeking. That, my friend, is not failure. That is the first ingredient of every great transformation. But here is what I also know. I know that somewhere between the vision boards and the affirmations and the gratitude journals, something got lost. Something essential. And without it, all of that beautiful intention is like a magnificent ship with no rudder. It spins, it drifts. It looks wonderful from the shore, but it never actually arrives anywhere. So what is it? What is the real reason your manifestation is not working? I will tell you. But first we need to talk about what manifestation actually is, because I suspect you have been given a slightly crooked definition. Manifestation is not wishing. I cannot stress this enough. Manifestation is not sending a very polite request to the universe and then sitting back and waiting for delivery like you have ordered something online. The universe, I'm sorry to inform you, does not have a tracking number. Manifestation is not positive thinking alone, though positive thinking is absolutely part of the picture. Manifestation is not vision boarding. Though I love a good vision board the way I love a good hat, it sets the tone beautifully. Manifestation, at its core, is alignment. It is the complete and total alignment of your conscious desire, your unconscious belief, and your daily action. 3 things, not 1, not 2, all 3. And the moment even one of them is out of sync, the whole system sputters. Think of it like a 3-legged stool. You are sitting on your desires, your beliefs, and your actions. Pull one leg out from underneath that stool, and you are not sitting anymore. You are on the floor. And if you have been wondering why you keep ending up on the floor despite all your best efforts, it is because one of those legs, and I would wager good money, I know which one is wobbling. Let us talk about the first leg, your conscious desire. This is the part most people have sorted out beautifully. You know what you want. Maybe it is financial freedom. Maybe it is love. Maybe it is a career that actually lights you up instead of slowly dimming you from the inside. You have thought about it. You have written it down. You have told the universe about it in great detail. Wonderful. The first leg is solid. Now, the third leg, your action. Most manifestation teachings will tell you that you simply need to take inspired action. Show up. Move toward your goal. Trust the process. And yes, this is true. But here is the thing about action. It is very difficult to take authentic, inspired action when the second leg is missing. So, let us hold the action conversation for just a moment and go straight to the heart of the matter. The second leg, your unconscious belief. This, my love, is where the whole thing falls apart for most people. And this is the real reason your manifestation is not working. Not your technique, not your timing, not your vision board aesthetics. Your belief, your deep, underground, barely visible belief about what you actually think is possible for you. Here is why this matters so deeply, and I am going to give you the science of it because I want this to land not just in your heart but in your mind, where the logical part of you can grab hold of it and say, yes, this makes sense. Your brain has something called a reticular activating system. Now, before your eyes glaze over, stay with me, because this is actually the most fascinating thing you will hear all week. The reticular activating system, which we will call the RAS because life is short and syllables are precious, is a network of neurons at the base of your brain that acts as a filter. Every single second of every single day, your senses are receiving approximately 11 million bits of information. 11 million. And yet, your conscious mind can only process about 40 to 50 bits per second. So your brain needs a filter, something that decides what gets through to your conscious awareness and what gets tossed into the great mental recycling bin. That filter is your RAS. And here is the extraordinary, life-changing part. Your RAS filters information based on what you believe is relevant, important, and consistent with your current identity and worldview. In plain language, your brain literally shows you what you already believe. It filters out evidence to the contrary. It highlights and amplifies evidence that confirms what you already think is true. This is why when you believe you are unlucky, you notice every single bad thing that happens and gloss right over the good things. This is why when you buy a red car, suddenly red cars are absolutely everywhere, when of course they were always there, you just were not filtering for them before. Now apply this to manifestation. If you are consciously desiring wealth, but your unconscious belief is, I do not deserve money, or rich people are greedy, or money is always hard to come by, your RAS is not filtering for opportunities. It is filtering for evidence that money is hard. And so you walk right past the opportunity. You do not make the call. You talk yourself out of the idea, not because you are self-sabotaging in some dramatic, intentional way, but because your brain is faithfully, loyally, completely obediently serving the belief you gave it. It is doing exactly what it was built to do. The problem is not your brain. The problem is the instruction manual you handed it somewhere along the way. And here is where I need to get just a little bit personal with you, because I have a feeling this is going to land. Most of the beliefs that are running your manifestation right now were not chosen by you as a conscious adult. They were absorbed. They were downloaded into you in childhood, in moments of pain, in messages from parents and teachers and society that were never meant as programming but became programming anyway. Someone said, money does not grow on trees enough times that your nervous system decided to file that under fact. Someone left, or someone stayed but was not really present, and your nervous system decided love is conditional. Something did not work out when you were young and ambitious, and your nervous system decided your dreams are too big for someone like you. These are not your beliefs. Not really. They are old files running on very outdated software. But here is the extraordinary thing. You can update the software. You absolutely can. And that is exactly what we are going to talk about. But first, I want you to do something right now. I want you to think about the thing you have been trying to manifest. Hold it clearly, in your mind. Now, complete this sentence honestly, and I mean honestly. Not the version you would post publicly, but the version you whisper to yourself at 3 in the morning. The reason I probably will not get this is blank. Complete that sentence. Whatever came up, that is the belief we are working with. That is the leg of the stool that is wobbling. And now that you can see it, we can actually do something about it. Because here is the thing about unconscious beliefs. They lose most of their power the moment they become conscious. When something is running in the shadows, it is in charge. When you drag it into the light and look at it directly, You can have a proper conversation with it. You can examine it. You can ask it the very reasonable question: is this actually true? And more importantly, is this serving me? Now, I want to give you a simple framework for this. I call it the belief audit, and it has 3 steps, each of which you can begin today. Not next Monday, not when you feel ready. Today, because the universe rewards action taken in faith, and I am asking you to have faith in yourself for exactly 5 minutes. Step 1 is identify. You have already begun this. You completed that sentence. You know the belief. Write it down. Get it out of your head and onto paper where you can see it properly. There is something almost magical that happens when you transfer a thought from inside your mind to outside of it. It stops being you and starts being a thought you are having, which means it stops being